Is there actually a concentration camp in Guantanamo Bay? I've been hearing rumors. I don't know if it's how true they actually are. This is something that I thought was probably going to happen, where they're like, we can't ship them back to their country, so we're just going to put them in an internment camp. I've heard the ACLU sued because they couldn't get to people in these camps and like represent them or something. I don't know. Let's do a Google. Guantanamo Bay migrants camp. I think this is happening. By the way, we are definitely not the only country to do this, because the Australians have been doing this for like so long, where they have like basically internment camps for people trying to get to the country. They put them on like there's one on Christmas Island. So it definitely happens. I'm sure the conditions will not be great. They don't care about these people's well-being at all. And the annoying thing is it literally costs everybody else a ton of money to do this, and I just don't think people care that much. Like I've said before, I don't think the immigrant issue is really as big of a deal as they're making it out to be. I think there's legitimate concerns, and I think this country really does need immigration reform. The fact that we have so many people trying to get to the U.S. illegally just proves that the legal way to do it is not up to par. It's not as effective as it should be. It's kind of like the argument that people have for legalizing drugs or decriminalizing drugs. Even if you make drugs illegal, they still show up, and it just creates violence around them, and it creates the fully deregulated environment causes like drugs to be cut with stuff that can kill people, which is something that happens every single day. If you were to decriminalize or legalize the drug, then a lot of that violence would go away, because the people that are engaging in the illegal activity, they don't have access to a court system to settle disputes. The only thing they have access to is a firearm. I think we do need immigration reform more than we need mass deportations, because that is just a breeding ground for human rights abuses. You're cool with deporting immigrants if the only immigrant that we deport is one very rich South American migrant. Man, did you see him behind the desk in the Oval Office with his kid on his shoulders? And his kid was like causing a ruckus and like wiping boogers on the desk and shit. It's a circus. This is totally the clown car presidency, and the clowns just keep getting out of the car, man. Entertaining, I guess. That's what the people want. Yeah, this immigrant situation is not great. I wish we could find a perfect solution for it. I don't think there really is a perfect solution, but this ain't the solution that we need. This is not the best that we can do, And as an American, I think we should be welcoming to immigrants, because that's our country, one of our country's greatest strengths. People that want to come here should be able to come here in a legal way that doesn't entail waiting for 8 years on a wait list. They should be able to come here. They should be able to get educated here and more or less assimilate to the American way of life. Not to say that like their culture isn't valued, because I think that the U.S. should value other cultures, and that people should bring their aspects of their cultures to the U.S. But kind of what I'm trying to say here is that a lot of these immigrants are have very conservative values. They have usually very religious backgrounds. I think when they come to the U.S. and quote unquote assimilate, they kind of become more cosmopolitan, because that's who we are as a nation, is we're cosmopolitan. We're accepting of other cultures and viewpoints and ideas. When these people come here and are educated and get the resources that they need, they're more likely to have, respect for that. Whereas when people come in illegally, which is out of desperation, because our legal systems refuse to allow them entry, and a lot of these people are, they're seeking asylum. When they come here illegally, they end up in the system. They're booked. They're thrown around. They're subjected to human rights abuses. They don't get vaccinated. They don't get treated for diseases that they have coming from tropical countries, the global south, and we have to deal with that because we refuse to to let them in legally and treat them for, and it hurts all of us, and then they get deported and they go home with animosity. And then the US wonders why people don't like it and why terrorist organizations pop up. Not to say that we deserve it, like Hassan might say, but it's not, I don't think it should be that surprising that it happens when this is how we treat people. That's my 2 cents. I don't know. I'll stop pontificating for a bit on things that I really don't know that much about.
Hit that follow button, bitch.